Ladies and gentlemen, we've now come to the main event of the evening. This is a title eliminator for the men's professional super welterweight belt. Fighting out of the blue corner with a record of 14 wins and 4 losses, fighting out of Viper MMA. Please welcome Timothy Two-Face Steenkamp. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner with a record of 8 wins and a single loss, fighting out of Thaiholics Cape Town, please welcome Shane the Pain Train Bruce Wayne Deacon! If that's not the most Thai introduction you're ever going to see, then I don't know what is. Maybe his nickname should be the Falang. It's the main event of the evening.
Fighters evolve not only in their fights but also in their walkouts.
We've just noticed some blood splattered on our notes here from the last fight. Interesting. Alright, we have the 2 fighters in the red corner. We have Shane Deacon fighting out of Thaiholics Cape Town. In the blue corner, Timothy Steenkamp fighting out of Viper MMA, also here in Cape Town. This one, the title eliminator for the men's pro super welterweight belt with an upper limit of 69.85 kilograms.
So this is a very exciting main event. Well, I don't actually know what to expect again.
Well, what I've seen from Timothy just via socials, likes to use a lot of movement. His favorite weapon is the flying knee. So it'll be interesting to see how he comes out against Shane, who's, I mean, I've called him in commentary before robotic. He starts to switch on, and the more you do, the more he starts to get in the zone and work and work and work. So yeah, I'm expecting highly entertaining match. Lots of good technique. Professionals here. The winner of this one will get a chance to fight for the belt. Shane always does such an interesting muay.
Bit of the showman comes out, you know, when Shane is walking out, doing his muay as well. I think he kind of transforms when it's time to fight. Right? If you know Shane, he's a very different person in the
Very
ring than he is
stoic
outside.
guy usually, but like he's definitely a showman. Expecting to see lots of sneaky little elbows, sweeps maybe, but you know, that being said, Timothy's no slouch. His last fight, professional win against Wade Hammond. So we know he's definitely of a high caliber. Great to see these two guys touching gloves in the middle now before the first of what could be 5 rounds of 3 minutes. Again, the 2-minute rest breaks in between.
Again, you can feel it's main event time in the arena, Cole. Lots of people on their feet at the moment. You just feel it in the air. Main event time.
A little bit of ice in our veins. Still in the throes of winter as well.
Oh well, Cape Town took a little break from the cold days, especially for TFP. So
Timothy, the second of 2 fighters. The first was Jade Fissu, who made his amateur debut earlier this afternoon. And now Timothy, also from Fighter MMA, closing out the card for us. Again, Shane Deacon, Thaiholics Cape Town. Referee Jean Desblaine, final checks from the fighters. Calling the fighters to the center. We get kicked off in this pro main event. Shane opens up with that big left kick coming out in southpaw. Putting lots of power into those shots early on. Maybe trying to rattle his opponent a bit. Steenkamp's taking a while though. His guard's nice and high.
that was interesting to see at the beginning of the fight, sort of a flurry of an attack. The normally slow starting Mr. Roboto decided to come out, you know, a lot quicker this time.
Reverse mode, Roboto. Otterball.
You know, there's a glimpse into the acrobats you mentioned earlier, you know, flying knee. There was a bit of a flying left kick from Timothy.
Shane's done well to pretty much defend everything so far though.
Yeah, showing some good checks early on as well.
Guys tying up in the clinch there. Ooh, slapping thud of a kick to the right side of Timothy's body, sends the crowd with that big ooh. Of course, I'm not sure how familiar he is with fighting against southpaw fighters. You know, Shane can do both. Oh, brilliant little diversion there of moving the jumping knee, putting Timothy through the ropes.
Yeah, almost caught him and set him down on the top rope. Nice body kick from Timothy.
Yeah, an instant welter in Shane's body. Ooh, Shane comes high himself, scores on the arms. With a sneaky elbow there, goes for the sweep. We always notice with Shane as well, always looks for that ascendancy in the clinch, tries to turn his opponent, finish off in strong body position, looks for the sneaky elbows in the middle. And doing well here to balance out his power in his strikes with the amount of strikes being thrown, so the volume. So, you know, still not starting off with a huge pace, which is, you know, going to help further down this line in a 5-round fight. Nice sneaky little sweep there from Shane.
Yeah, and you see as soon as they engage the clinch, Shane is throwing little sneaky elbows, and as soon as he throws the elbow, tries to break his opponent's balance. Like you say, gain that ascendancy in the clinch.
Nice slick head movement there. One thing we saw Shane there do is drop his hands and sort of shake it out. There comes that sneaky elbow from the outside. That shake of the arms, big Steve, that shake of the arms sort of tells me that he's not necessarily too worried about the power that Timothy, or the danger that he presents. Nice big elbow over the top there, steps in with a knee to the body. Timothy is maybe a little bit flustered by the way that Shane breaks your rhythm. Walks away with his hand in the air. Timothy a little bit probably frustrated with himself more than anything else.
It was a very good first round from Shane. I mean, he didn't come out blazing, but definitely a bit more intent than he usually would in the first round.
I think he was trying to set the tone there to say, I'm not going to let you move around too much. I'm going to put big strikes in. If you're going to come forward and move around, you're going to be having to deal with that and take that as a dangerous risk. But we still saw Timothy with a couple of attempts at flying knees, doing well to sort of keep moving, move forward. But Shane, as you said, Mr. Roboto.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to take those kicks on the body and the arms too much. He's throwing it with a lot of intent at the moment. He's obviously going to feel it in the later rounds. So Timothy might just want to move out of range, in and out a little bit more in the next round.
And you don't see it too often, but taking those kicks in the form, susceptible to breakages. Shane has a lethal kick, especially from the southpaw position. It sort of catches you unaware because you're not expecting it to come from that side.
And it's, it's southpaw, so it's coming from the back, and that kick has time to generate power.
And he's got a lot of power for a super welterweight fighter. Even myself, a cruiserweight fighter, sparring with Shane, makes me do a lot of work, a lot of defense. Take it on the arm every now and again, and you'll feel it the next morning.
Definitely also mixing it up quite a bit. So you're seeing knees, you're seeing kicks, you're seeing elbows. He's giving Timothy a lot to think about at the moment.
Breaking that rhythm. Anytime that Timothy starts to maybe feel like, okay, I'm in the fight, then he does something different. So, and it's not crazy techniques. He's doing the basics really well. With a lot of power. I think what Timothy needs to do now is maybe look at getting a lot more checks. Don't walk forward into Shane strikes. Move around a bit. Try and maybe counter, catch a kick. That's an example of something you can do.
I think catching would be a really good idea now. The checking, you can see Shane's kicking it, almost trying to lift it over the checks. So maybe a couple of catches and getting some points off of that to kind of break Shane's momentum with the kicks.
And if you are going to take it on the arm, you still have the opportunity to catch. Like just there, you could have slipped that hand underneath the foot, caught it as it lands on the arm. So there are options available to him. But I mean, saying that, they're coming in fast and really hard. Shane's doing well with that. But we see Timothy using a little bit of range there, going from the back foot with that right. Good work from Shane in the clincher to turn Timothy and keep striking. He's landing knee after knee after knee.
I do see Timothy landing a left body kick every now and again. Maybe just wants to throw it with a bit more,
Shane switching between orthodox and southpaw stance, just playing a little bit of trickery with the footwork there. Slaps another big left kick into the arm, and this time goes low as Timothy tries to reach up with the teep. Yeah, Timothy's corner calling for the elbow. Shane goes for a spinning elbow, lands on the glove, I thought. Timothy definitely a bit more on the back foot this round than he was in the first. You can see those big whelps on the arms. Almost looks like one of those t-shirt tanks that the volleys get.
A driver tank goal.
Again, Shane in that southpaw stance needs to maybe time those kicks as Timothy's coming in. A few of them where Timothy's moving backwards, Shane's throwing, and he's sort of able to avoid them by just leaning back. There was a good one on the right side this time. Shane using that range in that T-ball. Ooh, sneaks the big elbow in there, but then takes a body kick. There's a catch from Timothy with a nice attempt at a sweep. Doesn't get it, but finishes off with a knee. So scores well there.
Yeah, definitely thinking now. The catch is a good start. If he catches a couple of more, maybe if the sweep doesn't work, you still want to look at scoring some points once you have that leg in the arm.
Surprised we haven't seen Shane maybe hit that front leg a little bit more. Timothy's quite flat-footed coming forward there. But that could also be due to the fact that Shane's fighting out of the southpaw stance there. Oh, a teep to the face. Lands flush, rocks Timothy's head back. Ties would be furious right now, coming at you for that. Little slightly disrespectful teep. Shane, hands in the air, nods at Timothy as they break at the end of that round.
Yeah, it looks like Timothy is starting to almost get into it and saying like, hey, listen, I'm here to fight, let's go in the third round. You kind of almost stepping to him there after taking that teep to the face.
Shane looks like he might have a small cut above his right eye. See Nicholas Radley working on it there. Timothy's corner, the guys are icing his leg, fanning him with the towel. Seems to be pointing at his left foot, maybe caught on an elbow or what's checked. Okay, again, got through the first 2 rounds now. It's time for a switch up maybe from Timothy if he wants to get back into this fight. I'd say it's definitely going to need maybe more of a mental switch up than anything else, and just to start throwing more.
Yeah. Look, of course, he's going to throw more, he's going to eat a couple of more shots, but at the same time, he can maybe look at outscoring his opponent. Like Shane is not throwing flurries and a whole bunch of punches, but he's throwing punches that, with intent. So, got to maybe, like you say, mental switch up, go for it a bit and just try and outscore his opponent. Because you obviously don't want to get in the danger of Shane now getting his momentum going and getting into the flow of things. He seems to be now getting to a rhythm, starting to bounce around the ring a little bit more than he did in the first round.
Just trying to have a look. I see Vaseline over the eye.
Yeah, definitely got a small cut there on the eyebrow.
Too bad, it's a little bit blue, so
yeah,
it's already reacting. Just needs to keep an eye on it, make sure that he doesn't eat anything coming in.
Yep.
It might have been from a little elbow.
I think if Timothy notices it, it might suit him well to just irritate it with a couple of jabs in between and see if he can actually target it on the eye.
And it's also, I think, above the eye, so chance of getting that blood in the eye. Shane, big smile on his face. Timothy responds, nods his head, ready to go for the third. Quite unusual, as you said. Shane, normally quite a stoic guy, but big smile, big kick. Another one. Ooh, starts to, seems to that he had the mental switch. Maybe he was in relaxed robot mode.
Relaxed robot.
Full battery power, post load shedding. Oh, straight right to the left shot. Definitely trying to fluster.
Yeah, the left kicks are definitely coming in order now.
Big elbow on the outside there as they break. Shane bouncing around, maybe holding a little bit back for this third round. Putting his weight on Timothy on the top of his shoulders, breaking the clinch himself.
Ooh, close one.
Timothy did well to stick that elbow out as he came lunging forward there, but dismissed. That's something maybe Shane needs to be aware of now. Also, with Shane throwing with so much intent, he needs to be also a bit wary about fatigue now. These rounds are long.
Yeah, there's a certain range where it's really difficult to block that left kick. Shane seems to bring it up at almost like a straight angle from the ground, or quite steep, it's not coming wide and then into the body. It's really difficult to actually read that kick coming up.
Engaging in the clinch, grinding his head into Timothy's shoulder there. Lands a big jumping knee in the clinch. Timothy got a little bit of bounce in his foot, in his feet. Shane moving around, drops his hands. Long guard adopted with a big knee. I mean, those are energy-sapping strikes to absorb as well. Maybe needs to go back to that. Let Timothy come in and throw his kicks at him rather than trying to force the situation with Shane. Timothy lunges the elbow there. High guard from Shane. Looks for the sweep. One thing we are also seeing is every time they break the clinch, Timothy's hands are dropping low. We haven't seen a lot of kicks on the right side from Shane. Like to see a couple of just going high. I think Timothy's starting to feel that Shane's maybe fatiguing a bit because he's got a bit more pep in his steps as the rounds progress. Ooh, elbow there from Shane rocked Timothy a little bit.
Yeah, Timothy definitely looks like he has really good cardio. He doesn't seem to be breathing heavily at all. Really good shape for this.
Oh, big spinning elbow to the ear there. Timothy shakes it off, puts his hands up, says, "Let's go, another one."
Really, both guys up for the fight. Big spinning elbow, and Timothy ate it like it was nothing.
Yeah, nice one. Shane back to that back leg teeps and kicks there. Nice touch of the gloves to end the third round from both guys.
Really good third round in the main event there. Sure.
Favorite part was shaking off the spinning back fist. Shane came out smiling in that round, finished it smiling too.
Both of them look like they get along really well, but let me smash your face in.
Yeah. That's what Muay Thai's about, it's the sport. Guys come in here to test themselves against the best opponents they can find.
Really good Muay Thai that we're watching at the moment.
For sure. Obviously when these guys get a chance to, whoever wins this one, fight for that belt. Maybe also looking at, I don't know, maybe getting some African title contention or getting into the world rankings, on the pro rankings. Quite a tough division to get into, those super welterweights.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of good fighters on the WMO rankings there.
A lot of the Thai fighters fighting at sub 70 kg weight class. A lot of the really good ones as well.
Exactly.
Definitely a great opportunity. I mean, title eliminator, WMO title, definitely a path to getting yourself on the rankings and then fighting for all Africa and then maybe eventually intercontinental or sort of world title.
Yeah. And sort of exposing themselves to that. Both guys are relatively young. I'm sure I know I've spoken to Shane who has had, plans to get to Thailand, to go train there.
Two rounds to go.
Final two.
Gone up and up, round one, round two, round three. We've seen a bit more each round. Like, where's the ceiling?
Guess the ceiling comes when the fight stops.
Let's see.
Timothy starting with a bit of bounce that we haven't seen in the last few rounds. I think he maybe felt like he ended well that third round, so maybe high spirits coming into this fourth one. The guys touch gloves, good sportsmanship, and both of them eager. Show their skills.
What I like about Timothy is, we know those kicks are hard, we know it's landing hard, but he doesn't seem to be put off by it. He's still in there, he's still, he wants to win this fight.
Yeah, he's definitely a tough guy. Big shots coming in, walking forward on them.
He's also really strong on, when they're teeping him, front teeps, back teeps. He seems to have quite a solid base in taking those teeps. Sometimes Shane is even moving a little bit backwards off the teep.
Yeah, we're seeing him open up a little bit as well. Timothy with the two stabbing. Oh, massive catch and sweep from Shane, just to put an exclamation mark on those two stabs I was talking about. Shane with a couple of pointy teeps of his own. Looks for that kick, evaded by Timothy. Gauge up in the clinch, both guys looking for knees. stiff jab there, exchanging. Seeing Timothy open up a little bit more now with those strikes coming forward, went for that jumping knee again. So definitely still some bounce in the legs. Shane shakes him off on the catch.
Really hard not to get absorbed in this fight, Carl. Every now and again I see myself just zoning out for a few seconds, getting lost in the exchanges.
The rhythm of the music as well, almost trance-like as we see these two fighters, and also the way that they fight is almost, there's a flow to it. So
yeah, it's a really good flow.
Very spectator-friendly Muay Thai. Maybe like to see a turn up from Shane with one of those elbows again coming on the inside. Still landing the strikes of kicks to the body, bouncing, teeps are working really well. Timothy coming with a little stab at the elbow. Takes a big one on the arm from Shane. Says, give me another one. So Shane goes low, teeps him as well. Nice back and forth from these guys here. Deep into this fourth round.
You can definitely see how both of these fighters are getting more into their rhythm as the fight goes on. You know, this is round number 4. And definitely not slowing down.
Yeah, it's like they've both started to get in almost in sync with each other with the way that they're going backwards and forwards and the way that they're striking.
It's really lovely to watch, Carl. One more round of this. Always interesting side commentary.
Yeah, these are a bit noise cancelling, so I didn't hear quite what he said, but I saw him out that I wouldn't like to fight you. Got the crowd up around us here at our shoulders. Neutral supporters, I hear them shouting for both fighters, and sometimes calling them blue and red instead of Shane and Timothy.
Yeah. You know what I really like about the TFP events is that it's a platform for everyone, right? So you start at amateur and you always see throughout the night how the levels progress. And there's clear differences. You've got your amateurs like pro-am fighters with a little bit more experience. And then we come to like the last 2 fights or our pro fights, co-main and main event. And you can kind of see what, you know, everyone's working towards, where you want to be at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I guess we've also spoken about fighter evolution, but in terms of the promotions evolution, we watching a main event here of someone that was in the amateur ranks in the first TFP
not too long ago, yeah.
Not 2 years ago, and looking at that sort of progression, how the fighters are growing themselves, but how the promotion is bringing the guys through from amateur. Now we have some junior amateurs as well. I know there's also talk about sort of expanding into like a prelim fight section where maybe you get guys that have multiple fights to build up their records, like junior amateurs, a bit of a maybe tournament style again. It's nice to see that sort of TFP branch out into really establishing a good grassroots level of Muay Thai,
and then feeding into the TFP main event.
The main event where we have guys with bigger records coming up for you know, the undercard that we have here for the main TFP, and then eventually building their way to this pro divisions as well.
Yeah, really wonderful things happening at TFP. So
final round here, 2 guys, quick hug
again,
and then a shrug.
Once again, I like you, dude, but let me smash your face in.
That's it. And I mean, the way they come out, the energy in this 5th round, we spoke about it earlier. Most fighters are normally fatigued after 2, but these guys, and the fight before this, they just kept swinging. But it's also, when you come out with this high energy in this last round, you need to be careful that you don't actually fatigue through the round, and then end up being caught by something, you know, that maybe you weren't anticipating or just didn't see coming.
Look, at this point, I really think like these 2 fighters could probably go and fight another couple of rounds after this.
Nice little footwork shuffle there from Shane into the teep, and then switch straight left into that left body kick. Bit more that Thai flair coming out, walking around the ring, the final round. Looks for a sneaky little sweep and taps a side teep there to the body. Timothy's got Shane in the corner here, but Shane turns him around. Good striking there from Timothy, a couple of good punches and
also
got
level
in a
change.
knee. As you said, Shane with a bit of Thai flair there. Shane Bruce Wayne. Timothy Two-Face Steenkamp. Guys have gone 4 rounds, a war of attrition here. Shane started out with some massive strikes in the opening 2. And then Timothy started to warm up a bit, we thought.
Yeah, just again, Carl, I'm really impressed with the conditioning of both of these fighters. They really do look like they can go another couple of rounds after this. This is round number 5.
Both teams obviously doing a good job with fighter conditioning.
As it should be. I mean, it allows fighters to perform at their best, and then, you know, this is what we see at the end of the day.
I mean, if you've ever followed Shane on any socials, you're going to get 99% pics at the gym or running on the road. Every now and again, this odd shot of him in like khaki hunting something or
still running.
Still running though. So definitely both guys, good conditioning here, deep into the 5th round and still firing, both of them hands up, not breathing too heavy.
And neither fighter letting up. I mean, Timothy's still walking forward. He's now, you know, trying to get in that point, trying to put some pressure on Shane.
Yeah. He's got quite an unorthodox punching style as well, like looping from under.
Yeah.
Shane doing well there with his long guard a lot of the time just to avoid those, but when he does get put up against the ropes like Timothy's trying to do now, he catches him with a few, almost lands a big spinning elbow there. Timothy tried to sneak a slicing upward elbow there himself. I think Timothy missing the message here from Shane. Often at the end of a Thai fight, the guys sort of feel like the fight's already been decided, so they'll just, you know, walk around the ring, hands up, touch gloves, play around a bit, and great work there from both these guys. Some good, friendly, yet tough and ferocious competition between the two of them.
Excellent main event. Really good example of good Thai fighting.
And the way both guys go over immediately to the opposition corner, touches on the top of their head. Great to see the expansion of Muay Thai here in Cape Town and South Africa.
Well, we'll wait for you, Carl, to read out the final decision of the evening.
Call it. Let's get one final round of applause for these guys who put it all on the line tonight. Great display of Muay Thai action here by these two professional fighters. We have a decision. We went to the judges' scorecards. It's a unanimous decision for your fighter in the red corner, Shane Deacon!